Hey there guys, welcome to a combo. It's Basil here with the Sony Xperia ZU and the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. The Sony Xperia ZU is the latest device from Sony. It's not quite a flagship, the Xperia Z is still the flagship, but this is the large phone flagship packing a 6.4-inch display. It is however really skinny, at just 6.5mm thick, the thinnest at this size you're going to find on the market. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2 however packs a very different design altogether, less boxy, more ergonomic, slightly smaller screen. We used to think this thing was big, but this really takes the biscuit. Moving on to the design, and we can take a look at buttons and ports. On the left side you've got a dock on the Sony Xperia ZU, the Ultra. You've also got a micro USB port up top. On the right side, water resistant 3.5mm headphone jack, power button, micro SD card slot and a volume rocker. Down below you've got this loudspeaker, while up at the top no buttons whatsoever. If we turn it around, 8-megapixel rear facing camera, no flash oddly, but there is also the NFC point for NFC connections. If we take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, you've got a physical home button down below, two capacitive buttons either side. On the left side is a volume rocker, on the right hand side is a power button, down below micro USB port and the S Pen. S Pen means that you have stylus input capability on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, but thanks to its super sensitive screen you do also have that on the Sony Xperia ZU. Docking that S Pen quickly and we can take a look around the back of the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. 8-megapixel rear facing camera as with the Sony and a flash. NFC as well. You've also got a removable back cover with a removable battery, micro SD expandability and a micro SIM slot. All in all, we prefer the Sony Xperia ZU's design. It's more classical, it's more boxy, it looks like a Bravia TV, it's huge, it's immersive, it's magical, but it is big, there's no getting around that. The Note 2 is a big device as it stands, so the Sony Xperia ZU will definitely be too big for some people. The screens are 1080p on the Sony Xperia ZU, and on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 it's 720p panel. Pixel density is not going to be too dissimilar, but we have to say the Sony Xperia ZU really does flourish. It's managed to shake off the shady viewing angles on the Sony Xperia Z, making for an all-in-all amazing picture. Sony touts a triluminous display technology as being the reason for this, and we don't know what it is, but we're just glad we have a different panel to that on the Xperia Z. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2 however is an AMOLED screen, vibrant punchy colours. You're going to get less accurate whites than on the Sony Xperia ZU, but having said that, still a gorgeous display and it is holding the test of time. Moving on to the interface, and you've got Android on both, Android 4.2 on the Xperia ZU, Android 4.1 on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. If we take a look at the Xperia ZU's interface, it's a redrawn version of Android. You've got TouchWiz on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, you've got Sony's UI on the ZU. Sony's UI has also been redrawn for this device in particular, and Android 4.2. In the applications tray, for example, as you saw, we can just open it up and slide in a range of quick settings. All the grids are different layouts to accommodate for that 6.4-inch display, and in addition you also have Android 4.2 look and feel. It really is a nice touch. There are a lot of classical features which have remained, such as long press to overview your home screens and the small applications, so these two have been redrawn to better use A, the screen size, and B, Android 4.2. Samsung's TouchWiz is a little bit busier, quite a bit busier actually. It isn't quite as easy to customize, isn't quite as clean, but it is very functional with a lot of enhanced implementation of the very cool S Pen. For example, a simple double tap will pull up a note, pressure sensitive up to 1024 levels, so really cool stuff from Samsung, and you're not going to get that level of pen input on the Sony Xperia ZU. As far as camera goes, 8-megapixel cameras on both. Sony's Xperia camera UI is pretty sweet. We've taken a look at it before, and it's got intelligent auto mode, and on top of that there are a whole load of picture effects and manual settings you can tweak. That said, Samsung's won't be outdone by any means means, if we jump into the imaging app, you can see you can customize your user interface by long pressing each icon and just really make it your own. So two very impressive camera interfaces. We know the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 is a strong performer, so we can't wait to get the Sony Xperia ZU in for testing. Off the bat, first impressions are it's pretty noisy, so suggesting it has the same sensor as found in the Sony Xperia SP. However, we can't confirm that. This is a pre-production unit. Taking a look at hardware, two quad-core devices. The Sony Xperia ZU is a Qualcomm 800 processor with 2 GB of RAM. Qualcomm have not put the chipset inside the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, in spite of it being in the S4. You have a Samsung Exynos 4 processor in the Note 2. With 16 GB internal memory and microSD expandability, 3000 mAh battery, 3300 mAh battery. The rest of the specs will really depend on getting the Sony Xperia ZU in for comparison to give you a final verdict on. But all in all, we are very impressed, especially with the design, given the fact this thing is water resistant. IP58, yes please. Thanks for watching Recombo. I've been Basil with the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 and the Sony Xperia ZU. If you have any questions about either of these fantastic devices, please fire them in the comments section below. If you like our channel, click like, and if you like Recombo in general, just subscribe. Thanks for watching.